Hey everybody, welcome to the Tuesday, March 24th HomeWOD instruction video. Today we have a similar setup to yesterday. There's a strength portion as well as a conditioning portion. For your strength portion, we're going to be doing 3 to 4 sets of floor presses, and I'll link another video to the bottom of our YouTube video. But essentially a floor press is like a bench press from the ground. If you're laying on the floor, you are pretty much just bringing your elbows to the ground without bouncing them off the floor and then coming back up. But it's the same bench press motion. If you've got dumbbells, if you're able to borrow dumbbells from us, use those. You might need to get creative and find an object and do one at a time, right? So you do 10 to 20 dumbbell or whatever object floor press on one arm and then do 10 to 20 the other arm. Remember, always start on your non-dominant side. So you can get creative with that, find something in your garage, something that'll work, that will, put it into a tough weight for 10 to 20 reps. Superset, so alternating with 10 to 20 per side bent over rows. Okay, we're looking for you to be, again, horizontal to the floor. If you need to put your hand on a bench, a couch, whatever, a chair, and do a row, bringing your elbow back up to your midline. That's what we're doing here. So 10 to 20 of these. Again, get creative. If you've got a kettlebell, use those. If 10 to 20 is too easy, do 20 to 30, right? So just work with rep ranges if the weight is not enough. Superset both of these different movements 3 to 4 times. If you want to, you can do it more, right? But basically, we're just looking for a good stimulus for 3 to 4 sets, 10 to 20 reps of each. Part B is a kind of a work down, a step down style, meaning you're going to do 10 reps of each movement, then 9 reps of each movement, then 8, and so on until you get to 1. And the movements are ground to overhead, goblet squat, and sit up. And ideally we're using the same weight for our ground to overhead and our goblet squat. And really, we can use anything for this ground to overhead. If you have a sandbag from here, use that. If you can use a med ball, you can even use a dumbbell, grab both heads of it, right? You don't have to go all the way to the floor, but it's the same motion. Use your hips. Explode through the hips and move the weight. You can use a plate. If you have a plate, you can use a backpack. Grab a backpack, fill it with something. You can fill it with bricks. You can fill it with bottles of water, right? I'd probably throw a towel in there just to make sure that it's soft. You can fill it with books, right? Anything you can find to give you kind of a weight of, I'd say 25 up to 45 pounds, okay? What we're gonna do with the same object that you're using for your ground overhead is go right into goblet squats. So you'll do 10 ground overhead, then 10 goblet squats, then 10 sit-ups, okay? If you want to make it harder, hold the weight while you're doing your sit-up, okay? Then we're going to do 9 of each, then 8 of each, and so on. So 10 down to 1. If it's not enough for you, work yourself back up to 10, right? It'll make it a little bit longer, a little bit tougher. So if you want to really challenge yourself, work from 10 to 1 and then work all the way back up to 10. That's it. Again, get creative, stay moving. If you have any questions, shoot us an email. Thanks. Bye.